How to use quizzes. I love quizzes to do formal and informal assessments. It gives me a very quick feedback about students' understanding. I know what students are struggling, on average. I know, in general about the class, if I need to go back and review, if I need to reteach the next day before moving on. So it's kind of wonderful. It looks like Kahoot, but so much better. So the first thing that you're going to do is to go to quizzes.com. I already have it here on my bookmarks, so I'm just gonna click this. If you type quizzes.com, it's going to ask you to log in. I always log in with Google and with my Cypher SD account, so I mean email address, so that way I have everything organized. So I'm just gonna go to quizzes and show you how it looks. This is my account, Miss Carbo over here. There are so many things that you can do here. You can create your own quizzes, or you can go ahead and find quizzes that have done previously, so you just need to use it and that's it. If you want to find a quiz, for example, search about, let's say, a star in Spanish. I don't know. Oops, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm typing, but it was supposed to say Spanish, star in Spanish. So as you can see, there are so many quizzes already done that I can use. This one right here, I don't know, got my attention, so I'm just gonna take a look at it. It have 10 questions. I can see the questions. I get that it fits my wish, so I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate this one. You can duplicate, you can share with someone. If you duplicate, it's going to become part of your own quizzes right here, and you can go ahead later and modify it if you want to. I don't like to use some other teachers' quizzes. I like to do my own. So I mean, every year the curriculum change, so everything is changing constantly, and I like to create new things for the students. So I'm just gonna kind of show you how to create your own quizzes. When you're going to create a new one, you just go to create new quiz right here, and you are going to enter the title of the quiz. So in this case, I'm just gonna write start. You pick the language. I always pick Spanish, because in case that other teachers want to use mine, let me go and find Spanish right here very quick. I don't want to go faster because then I get lost and I need to start over. Come on. There, no. Okay, Spanish right here. And you can add like an image to your quiz if you want to. I'm just gonna go to my downloads, and I don't know, I feel like this ice cream that I have right here is going to be the image. Of course, you look for something that matches your content. You save. And now you can start creating your questions. You can search from existing questions already, but as I told you, I don't like to do that. I just like to create my own. You type the answer right here. I don't know, I'm gonna say, ¿Dónde estás? I can add image, for example. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a picture of the church right here, so that way my students know that I'm looking for. If you look at this side of the screen, you're going to see how the students are going to be looking at this question. So they see the question, ¿Dónde estás? And they see the place right here, so they know that they need to answer based on this picture. So the options, you can have as many options as you want. I usually do for multiple choices, so I'm gonna say estoy en la iglesia. I'm sorry, iglesia. That will be my first choice, and of course it's the correct one, so I'm going to keep this. I'm also gonna give them another choices. It's going to be estoy en el parque. Estás En la iglesia, this one is not correct. It have the correct place, but it doesn't have the correct form of estar in Spanish. And the last one that I'm going to give them is estamos en la iglesia. So again, the same place, the correct place, but the wrong form star. So they know that they must say estoy en la iglesia because I'm talking about myself, and the right place it is iglesia. So I'm gonna save this question right here, and I can see how the students are going to look at this. So there you go. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? This is the picture, and these are the possible for answers, and this one is the one that they picked to get it right. So you can go ahead and you can add time to the questions. I don't do that. I just don't care about the time, but you can add time if you want the students to spend 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 60 seconds, up to 2 minutes in each question. You can keep adding questions the same way. I'm not gonna do that, but you can go ahead and play with that if you want to. I'm gonna show you how to search for exceeding question already. As I told you, I don't like to do that, but if that is your preferences, you are very busy. So I'm going to look for a question that includes the word start on it. And over here, I see this test, and I'm going to look at the question that I have. If I like some questions, I just gonna add it to my own quiz. What is the yo form of star? I like that one. My students are learning about it, so I'm just gonna go ahead, and as you can see, it went straight to my test. What is the to form of star? I'm gonna add this one over here as well. I like it. I finished. I don't need more questions, so I'm just going to see how my quiz looks like now. So I have the first question, the one that I created, and now I see that I have the two other questions that I just added up. What is the yo form of star? And what is the to form star? You can go ahead and edit those questions if you want to. You can add an image. You can modify something that you didn't like about it, but there you have it. So I'm going to save. Now when you have your quizzes already completed, you're just going to go ahead and click finish quiz right here, and you can save the details or not. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I teach 7th grade and 8th grade. I teach world languages, and I teach Spanish. Spanish is always missing. I can see it right there. And I'm gonna save these details. I can share with other teachers if I want to. I just need to enter the email addresses over here, or I can check directly from the teachers that are already on quizzes. And there I have my quizzes. If you see here, there it is. So to give this quiz to the students, I just click on it. There are 3 different ways that I can give this to the students as a live game. When you click live game, the students are going to join quizzes.com. They need to enter this code. They are going to be able to see the questions, and when you are going to see on the board is the students' progress. You don't see they don't see the questions on the main screen at all. They see the question on their devices, and all that you can see on the board is their names and how much progress they are making on the quiz. They can take it as many times as they want to, if that your preferences, or just one time. Once you have at least one student already joined, you can click start, and the other ones can join at any time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel this. And the other way it is as a homework. I like this one because I can enter a due date, a due time, and when I share this with the students, it gives me 2 choices with a code that I can just write on the board, and I can ask them to join and take the quiz. Or my favorite one is to share on Google Classroom, because the students are going to be able to access even from home if they want to, and they don't need any code, they just need a link. So you can pick from here the class that you are going to assign to your quizzes. You can click all of them, only one of them, you just share that with your students. The other way to share this, let me end this game as well because I don't want my students to see this. I'm gonna go to my quizzes, and the other way to do this is as a solo game where you actually start playing. You know, the student was absent, not all of them need to take the quiz, so you just see this student on your teacher's computer and they take the quiz very quick. You see the result, you see how they did, and you can give them a tutorials or what do you need at that time. This is how it looks when the students need to go ahead and join a game. So they just need to enter the game code right here. They enter game, they need to write their names, and they start the quiz. I'm gonna show you now how the students, how you get the report of the quizzes. That's something that I love because it's where it's going to tell me how my students are doing. For example, this quiz, I assigned this quiz today, and I can see that this class got 90% of proficiency right here, so it's pretty good for me. Of course, you will have those students that are below the proficiency level, so I need to go and check question by question students individually to see which one of them needs to come to tutorials, which one I need to work with them face-to-face, one-to-one. And I can see the report right here, like these students got 100. You can organize this by grades, or you can organize this by names or last names in case that you want to look for specific students. Whenever I do this for a grade, it's a wonderful tool because it gives me the grade right there. I just need to put it in the grade book. If I see that the student didn't do pretty good, I can redo it the next day. I can reteach. When I have these reports, I can email to parents if I want to, so share the results of the students with them. And I can also see the questions, how did they did on the questions. For example, this one, I can see that I have 28 players over here. It was a 93% proficiency on these questions. Only one student picked this wrong answer right here. Another student picked this one. I can see what a student was, if you can see, so I can go ahead and talk to that student in case that I need to. There are so many ways that you can play with the reports. You can, the next day, you can actually see the quiz and explain the student the questions and why the answers are wrong or why the answers are right. I love this. This is my first year using quizzes, and I'm going definitely stay with this for so many years. I hope that you enjoy it. If you are using quizzes, great for you. If you are not, sad for you. So this is something that you need to get your hands on. Hope that you have enjoyed. Let's learn some blended learning.